Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Welcome to All Things Serious. Let me go through and see everybody that has entered the building. We got Johnny, we got Betty Damboop, we got 71, we got Michelle Johnson. How are you doing, sweetheart? Sweet and Sleuthy, DJ Rogue Knox. So, Sweet and Sleuthy, I sent you the link in Discord, so check your message. After what happened last night, somebody tried to corn bomb me while I was live streaming. I will no longer be dropping the link in chat, no more. So, if we're in Discord, I'll be dropping the link in Discord. If we're on friends on Facebook, I'll be dropping the link in Messenger. After what happened, yes. So I dropped the StreamYard link in Discord for you. Rody Gal, how are you doing? So how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. So one of my subs suggested that I do this live on Imposter Syndrome. See, I was supposed to do it the other day, but certain things happened. Okay. Certain things happened. So let me What is going on, young lady? How are you doing?
Hey there. I am good. It's a long day. How are you? I
I
like your hair.
thank you. It was a long time coming. I needed a haircut. I got it a few days ago. I've been happy ever since.
Smashing.
So you're the one that suggested this topic.
I was kind of just laughing about that
Yes.
because I was like, what was going on with me that week where I suggested that topic? I must have been in one of those places that I get. Yeah. But I mean, I think a lot of people experience it. It's not necessarily like it's not like it's a not like mental illness, but I think a lot of people with that are tend to experience that feeling of perfectionism, like they're
Yeah.
not
So
doing enough.
correct. So imposter syndrome has nothing to do with mental illness. Welcome, Emily, and thank you, and enjoy your shopping. Kel, welcome. So imposter syndrome has nothing to do with mental health diagnosis. It's
Right.
just more like a feeling.
A thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing some research on it and I found a website called Very Well Mind.
Oh yeah, I know that article. That's a good one.
Okay. So, and I use Very Well Mind quite often because the people who they're medically reviewed articles. So, and that's the reason why I use Very Well Mind quite often. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked a lot about, like, I'm circling back to when I probably suggested this because I like to be, when you're having those days where you feel like you're an alien, or you're not doing enough, you're I mean, sometimes I'll be kind of irrational with it. Like, I have a job, for example. I'm good at my job, but I'm always thinking I'm never like ever like I'm never like really like I'm never good enough, or just those times. I mean, not it's I don't always feel that way, but I feel like I can always be doing more. And
yep,
so it's a thing, and some days, and I think when I found the name for it, because I think it might have been my mom. She's like, "Gosh, you sound like you've got imposter syndrome." And I'm like, well, what's that? And I started looking it up and I'm like, whoa, yeah. Or like when you go out into the world, sometimes I'll feel, especially if I'm in an insecure spot, but it's something that I kind of, you know, it can really hold you back, because if you're walking around thinking that you're really not what you say you are when you are that person, then you're not gonna go to your full potential. So that's why the more aware you are, the more you learn, and the more you're like, I like to be very self-aware. I'm sure everyone here as well, because we wouldn't be in this channel and chat and this amazing community. But when you're self-aware, you can improve. But this is like when I pinpoint it, and when I'm having those days, or when it's like, even just with my job here, I've got 20 years experience and good at what I do, but it's like I sometimes feel like I'm not fitting in, or I'm not 110%, which is so silly. Or we experience that as parents, or in your relationships. You're always just trying to do your best. But if you're constantly thinking that you're not who you say you are, then you're not going to be really who you are. If that makes sense. It's weird, but I think when I do recall vaguely when I'm suggested talking about this is I was in a rough week where I was just feeling like that my confidence was low. Um,
And it's a good subject because a lot of people have rough weeks where their confidence feels low.
right. We all do. We all
Y- y-
feel this. We're
Yes,
human.
yes. Even when you're doing well, mentally you can feel like you're a phony or you're not good
Yeah.
enough or you're a fraud, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a temporary feeling, but still, that
Yeah,
feeling is there.
right. And if you're not like really aware of it, you'll notice that you'll hold yourself back from your full potential.
Yep.
So, it's just one of those things that you have to practice and then realize every day when each of us, every single one of us wakes up, we're amazing just as we are. And but getting caught up in that superficiality of the world, I think kind of slows people down, because I think that's what it is. It's like we're told what it is to be a great person and a successful person, but we all are,
Yeah,
you know.
there's times where when I do this channel, right?
Mhm.
There's times where people, you guys, tell me how well I'm doing and everything like that. And mentally, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing good enough or I'm not well,
Or you
or
question yourself, like, do you question yourself, like, okay, but am I really doing a good job?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. And that, when you think about it, I mean, I think it's normal to question ourselves, but to the point when, like, when someone is telling you you're really doing something amazing and you're questioning it, then it's not it, you're not going, I mean, there's a part of that's how you're going to continue to do well, is if you really believe it. I mean, imagine if we walked around and we really believed in ourselves every single day. And the majority of the time we want to do that, and that's our goal. But I think this kind of habit gets in the way of us really, I mean, for me personally speaking, it gets in the way of me kind of busting out and doing things, even, doing more, because I'm so held up in this idea that I'm not, good enough, or I'm not, you know, who I say I am, which is so silly when you think about it. But if you really pay attention to your thoughts constantly, you'll catch yourself.
yep.
No. But yeah, I'm one of those people that overthinks everything. I don't know if you are.
A lot of us do.
Yeah. Some don't though. I mean, I love when I see certain people that are just like, they just think they're awesome and they're great.
Well, there's some people who think that, and then
And they're not. No.
there's a lot of us who are good at what we do, and we don't think we are sometimes.
Right.
That's why it's not a mental health disorder.
Right. But it definitely will fall into like a subcategory where if somebody who experiences, let's say, social anxiety or depression, or, I think it can kind of fall into those
Like
areas.
if you're having a crappy week,
Yeah.
like things
But
at home are going tough, and then you're at work busting your rear end, and you think mentally that you're not what you're supposed to be. So I want to do some reading real quick.
okay.
So let me share it. Let me share it. Okay. So this is called Imposter Syndrome and why you may feel like a fraud, even though you're not a fraud. You may feel like it. You may feel phony or you know things like that. Imposter syndrome is a psychological experience of feeling like a fake or a phony despite any genuine success that you have achieved. It can show up in the context of work, relationships, friendships, or just overall. It's a very common and frustrating phenomenon because it holds us back from the self-confidence we've earned and deserve to feel. That's basically what we're talking about. So,
Exactly.
yes, imposter syndrome is not a diagnosable mental illness. Instead, the term is usually narrowly applied to intelligence and achievement. Although it also has links to perfectionism, which you mentioned, and the social context. Psychologist Susan Iams and Pauline Rose Clance first used this term in the 1970s. See, you mentioned perfectionism.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Did you read this article already?
Um, no, I probably have because I go on there regularly. But yeah, no, the perfectionism thing, I've experienced that sort of thing my whole life. Just that wanting, no, it doesn't exist, but even as a child, I mean, like, and the pleasing and wanting, to be, never make a mistake. But it's like at the end of the day, when you really think, like, I always have to tell myself, would you tell your child, would I talk to my daughter this way? Like, you know, she can't make a mistake, and, you know, we're human and that's how we grow. But, these habits we kind of form very early on when we get into this world. And, it's, yeah, perfectionism and imposter syndrome. 'Cause, I mean, there's literally been times I'm driving down the road thinking I'm just a sham, like, which is so silly. Like, I'm not, but it's irrational, which is why I started kind of looking into it because I'm like, what am I doing to myself? Because this is wasting my thoughts and energy where I could, like, there I go, be doing something more productive with my day. um, but I think it's just good to really look at how we're thinking and how we're thinking about ourselves, and how often I realize how often over the past, I'd say, uh, a lot, but more and more I'm recognizing and paying attention to my thoughts and what I'm saying to myself, and realizing that, gosh, I'm like not that, like, I need to be nicer to myself. And we all do. Once we start there and we're doing that within ourselves, we're able to give so much more, you know.
Oh, wow.
What?
You ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No.
It's similar to imposter syndrome.
Oh.
Yes. So Ginger was just threw out something, so I go and research it, right? And they say the Dunning-Kruger effect is a type of psychological basis. A classic example of the Dunning-Kruger effect would be an amateur chess player overestimates their performance in the upcoming chess tournament compared to their competent counterparts. So they overestimate themselves.
Huh.
Unconscious incompetence, when you don't know what you don't know. Conscious incompetence, when you're aware of what you don't know but you haven't learned it. Conscious competence, when you're gaining knowledge. Unconscious competence, when you've mastered something. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yes. So back to imposter syndrome. So the irony is that people with imposter syndrome are often highly accomplished, impressive individuals. On the outside, there's no apparent reason for them to feel like an imposter. And yet, they still do. This is what makes it such a challenging psychological phenomenon. that needs to be unpacked. Not only can imposter syndrome affect your internal feelings about your work or self-worth, but it can also actually affect the way you approach projects, relationships, or any other areas in which you are feeling insecure, explains Hannah Owens, LMSW. This essentially creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is what makes it so insidious and necessary to address when it arises. So you must have had a very rough week when you threw this topic of suggestion out.
Yeah. Yeah. I realize I'm harder on myself than anyone else is. And I was probably doing that. And then, the one thing, like the fulfilling prophecy is when you're in that space and you're really self-doubting yourself and you're thinking of yourself this way, you tend to make decisions and choices that are not really aligned with who you are, what you're not who you are, but what you're doing. When you're in that space, you can, get into a relationship that's probably not the best for you, or almost, kind of like, how often anyone in our lives, you know, your spouse, your friends, they're always somewhat of a reflection of you. But when you're teaching you're telling yourself you're this way, you're almost teaching others to treat you that you're that way. And
Yep.
that can, if you're not aware of it, it can catch up to you. And you're just always feel like you're on this constant like treadmill and of self-doubt, and it's ridiculous. But if you're aware of it and work on it, I mean, I feel like I have to exercise my brain and self-confidence on a daily basis just to keep myself ahead and just keep myself feeling strong, because I know that when I'm in that bad weak place when I'm suggesting this topic, I'm not I'm not I I'm not being true to who I really am, because we really are. If you end the day saying I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do my very best today, and I'm go to bed and I did my best today, that's positive. But this is more of a negative, like kind of just creating nonsense in your brain that gets in the way of the good stuff. Yeah, I was stressing that week probably, but that's why I love like what Betty Dan Boop says, like positive affirmations, journaling, meditation, listening to things, like listening to a meditation. I have certain meditations that if I know that if I start my day just listening to this certain things, it just helps lay a foundation for the day, because negative self-talk does not do us any good. It doesn't do any good for yourself, and it doesn't do any good for others. And when you really like grasp that, you're like, okay, well, I got to fix this. But yeah, and then I go into that perfectionist. Oh, I know that I've actually had times when like I beat myself up for beating myself up. It's like ridiculous and it's so irrational. But we all have this stuff going on in our heads all the time. And there's a lot of expectations around us of, you know, but going within yourself and paying attention to these self-deprecating thoughts can get you further, I think. Self-doubt is the worst, Betty. Ugh. But then I will
So,
do things to challenge myself too.
yes. So we're going to get to the 5 types of imposter syndrome. And one
Go
of
for
them
it.
is the one you already mentioned, the perfectionist. So this type of imposter syndrome involves believing that unless you are absolutely perfect, you could have done better. You feel like an imposter because your perfectionistic traits make you believe that you're not as good as others might think you are. The expert. The expert feels like an imposter because they don't know everything there is to know about a particular subject or topic, or they haven't mastered every step in a process because there is more for them to learn. They don't feel as they've reached the rank of expert. The natural genius. In this imposter syndrome type, you may feel like a fraud simply because you don't believe that you are naturally intelligent or competent. If you don't get something right the first time around, or it takes you longer to master a skill, you feel like an imposter. The soloist. It is also possible to feel like an imposter if you had to ask for help to reach a certain level of or status. Since you couldn't get there on your own, you question your competence or your abilities. The super person. Interesting. The super person. This type of imposter syndrome involves believing that you must be the hardest worker or reach the highest levels of achievement possible. And if you don't, you are a fraud. Okay.
Oh no.
Those are some interesting. Those are some interesting types. 5 types.
Yeah. I heard the super person and suddenly was like, oh my goodness, my daughter has those like tendencies. Uh,
How do you know if you have imposter syndrome? So I'm going to get to here because there's where am I going to stop? I'll get to here. Okay. Impact of imposter syndrome. That's where I'll read to because that's a lot of reading. It's a whole website.
yeah,
You
that's a
know.
long one. You could do like the like highlights.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. How do you know if you have imposter syndrome? Do you agonize over even the smallest mistakes or flaws in your work? Do you attribute your success to luck or outside factors? You know, there are a lot of people that, say they're lucky. I got lucky to do this, or I was lucky to accomplish this. A lot of people throw out the word luck.
Yeah, or like, oh, I was at the right place at the right time. Yeah,
Or if it wasn't for Dave, I wouldn't have got this far.
right.
And yes, David, I'd use you as an example. Are you sensitive to even constructive criticism? Oh my God, I am.
Oh my gosh, me too. Like, but there's a good way to do criticism, but like, yeah, I am too. Like, because then I'll hear like constructive criticism, and I'm like, I'm a failure. Like, which is, I mean, inside, I don't say it dramatically like that, but I'm like, you know,
With
yeah.
me, it's worse.
Oh gosh, what do you do?
With a slight constructive, with a slight constructive criticism mentally, I don't take it as a positive thing. I automatically take it as a negative thing and quit my job.
Oh,
That's how bad it is with me.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough. All
I'm
right,
not gonna. Okay, bye. I'm out.
that's how my brain operates,
Right.
and that's part of my mental illness. Self doubt is the
So
worst. Betty Dan Boop says self doubt is the worst, and I have a lot of that, and
it holds
you
us
know
back.
it
It
does.
holds you back because at the end of the day, we all can do. We all there's always criticism. I loved when I was in yoga teacher training. I learned a way like just how to help people with criticism, and if you're going to give them constructive criticism, I held on to it. Explaining something that could be done better, and then better, and just think of it as an Oreo, and then in the middle the cream, and say something that is working really well, and end it with the what you should do, what would help in the situation. But I feel you. I mean, criticism, I think too, it relates to not everyone knows how to communicate criticism.
Nope. No, they don't.
I mean, some people can be really harsh and aggressive and cut you down in ways. There's a healthy way, and then there's a not healthy way.
Yep, there is.
And right. And then so then I think that's where it falls into, like, those traumas of just feeling like,
You're not good enough
you're not good enough.
because you've been you felt that way your whole life.
Right. And then it's like a feeling again of like, oh yeah, I'm being told I'm not good enough again. That's right. Okay, yeah, they're right. Which they're not.
So then also says, do you feel like you will inevitably be found out as a phony? Do you downplay your own expertise, even in areas where you are generally more skillful than others, more skilled than others? Yeah, I do downplay your own expertise, even in areas where you are generally more skilled than others. I have done that before, but except for one thing, I am a professional painter by trade. Okay, that's my trade. I think I am the best damn painter that you will ever meet. But can I do it anymore? No. So that's what kills me inside, is something that I excel at and I think I'm the best at. I can't do no more. That's what sucks.
That's a bummer.
Yep.
That's
So
that's a good skill. But is there a way you can refocus that you're the best damn painter towards something that
I'm
you
working
can
on
do?
it. I'm working on it. I'm gonna be hilarious here right now. I'm gonna be the best damn YouTuber on the planet.
Heck yeah.
Not really. Not really. There's better ones out there.
Oh, stop it.
I just want to contribute myself to the rest of the community. What I have to offer to this world before I am no longer here. I want to offer something. And this is the reason why I came to YouTube, is to offer something that I have to offer.
And that's an amazing thing. And it does take a lot of work and effort and time and dedication and consistency, and that's what you're doing. So
Yes.
you should be proud of yourself. I am. I'm like watching, you're about to almost to 600 subs. Just one more.
So an inability to realistically assess your competence and skills. Okay, so this is what does imposter syndrome feel like? Attributing your success to external factors. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my looks. That's an external factor. It's appearance. Money. I got a college degree. Those are external factors. If I'm correct, I could be wrong.
No, I think
Wouldn't those be attributing to success is, oh, the reason why I'm where I'm at is because of my looks? Couldn't that be a feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying it is. Not saying it is.
No, it is. It could be.
Berating your performance. Always putting yourself down. Fear that you won't live up to expectations.
Yeah.
Overachieving. Sabotaging your own success. Self-doubt, which I have a lot of. Setting very challenging goals and feeling disappointed when you fall short. See, I used to do that. I used to set very challenging goals for myself. So,
Like unrealistic goals or challenging goals to where, because there's like those first or the early goals, like I know I could do this today, all right, and then I know I can do this week, and then this month, and then, or would you just like throw out some giant big all, because that can overwhelm a person and yourself if you're like, if I said, oh, my goal, like for example, my goal is I'm gonna be a famous sculptor this month. That's like, you know, a little bit. So was it
yes.
like big? Okay. Let's see.
So I'm going to get here to the impact of imposter syndrome, and then I'm going to end it with this, and then I'm going to continue talking to people in chat. What I normally do at the beginning, I'm going to do towards the end, asking people how they're doing. Impact of imposter syndrome. For some people, imposter syndrome can fuel motivation to achieve, but this usually comes at the cost of experiencing constant anxiety. You might over prepare your work much harder than necessary. For instance, to make sure nobody finds out you're a fraud. Eventually, anxiety worsens and may lead to depression. This sets up a vicious cycle in which you think that the only person you survived that class presentation was that you stayed up all night rehearsing, or you think the only person you got through that party or family gathering was that you memorized details about all the guests so you could always have ideas for small talk. The problem with imposter syndrome is that the experiencing of doing well at something does nothing to change your beliefs. That the still nags in your head. No, the thought still nags in your head. What gives me the right to be here? The more you accomplish, the more you just feel like a fraud. It's as though you can't internalize your experience of success. Man, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
lot
total.
mentally.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like, why can't we just wake up and just be like, I'm gonna do my best today, and at the end of the day, and be like, wow, I was, badass today. I feel like sometimes we take ourselves, I mean, me personally, I'm speaking for myself. I take myself too seriously sometimes, and I have to remind myself to chill out,
Yes.
and there's like so much more depth and all this stuff because I think a lot of it's superficial. It's based on this outside thing. And like at the end of the day, if you're a good person and your intentions are strong and loving and you're doing your best, that's amazing. But we really get caught up in all this superficial external things, and things like this happen, like self-doubt and imposter syndrome. But at first, like when you hear imposter syndrome, you're like, what is it, like a person that like wants to pretend there's somebody else? Like what is it? Because it sounds so strange. But
So Did you learn quite a bit?
I did.
I did too.
I did. I mean, it's kind of like a thing. It just kind of makes you realize how we want to pay more attention to our thoughts and growing, because I think that's what your channel, there's a lot, we're talking a lot about mental health, and at the same time, on the flip side, that it's just being self-aware and self-improvement, and you can look at it as a motivating, you know,
Yep.
channel in a way, which, so to me, it's like the more you're self-aware and the more you're seeing these things that hold you back, the better human beings we are to contribute to to everyone in the world. So
So Will B says, we measure ourselves with an unrealistic yardstick many times.
that is true.
Yes. How are you doing, Will B? How you doing, Megan?
I will be. I remember that name.
Sweet Misery.
I got confused. I was like, sweet and sleepy and sweet misery.
So I want to do what I normally do towards the end because I didn't get to do it at the beginning. How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Good evening, Bart Robinson. I hope you're doing well. Yes, YouTube can be toxic, very toxic. That is the reason why I stay out of the toxicity. Okay. It's the reason why I have a shield right here and there's no drama that comes past that door.
100%.
When 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 you see that door right there, when I walk through that door, there ain't no drama.
Yeah, and it's not
Drama can
coming
stay up
in.
there. No, no.
I feel ya.
I hate drama with a passion. So,
This is
but
a
hang in there,
safe
Wilby.
place.
Just hang in there. You'll be all right. Just hang in there. Take it one day at a time. You're always welcome here. So, but I hate drama with a passion. And there's too much of it in YouTube. Way too much of it.
I agree.
So,
I had no idea until I saw it. But anyway, I have a question for you, Eddie.
yeah.
What was the highlight of your day?
Oh, today?
Yeah.
So, today, what did I do today? What did I do? Woke up, had breakfast, saw my caseworker, which worked very well. Scheduling an appointment with my therapist yesterday. Saw my therapist yesterday, getting on schedule with everything. I'm taking my health a lot serious. You know, I'm not letting things get to me like they used to.
That's good. But what was your, like, when did you feel like where you're super happy today? Like, did you have a highlight where you're like, "Ooh, that felt good"?
Well, when I saw my caseworker, because
Oh, okay.
it's like having a second therapist. You know what I'm saying? But with humor,
Yeah.
because my caseworker is like a friend,
Mhm.
somebody I can talk to without all the mumbo jumbo. You know what I'm saying? All the mental health terms and stuff like that. If I need help with something, you know, she makes sure that I get it accomplished. Like if I got paperwork that I got to fill out, she helps me with it. If I have to make a phone call and talk to somebody and I'm stressed out about it, she helps me with it.
I
So,
love that. That's good.
so that's But that's what happens. And thank you for that comment, Michelle,
That was sweet.
sweetheart. Yeah,
No,
Michelle is a lovely lady. Yes, she is.
no, it's a very happy place here. You know what? Yeah, I mean, and you have created it that way, but a lot of good people here.
Will be said we're at our happiest when we are helping others. It
I
takes our
agree.
mind off of ourselves.
I totally agree. When I'm doing the charity work that I do, and even if I'm having, I mean, there were times where I go pick up the kids, and I was having a really tough week, and I would just step out of myself, and then I'd feel so much fuller after.
So I'm going to be making some changes. You won't see all this behind me soon.
What are
Um,
you gonna do?
so I'm going to be turning my bedroom into my YouTube room, and I'm going to be turning my living room into my bedroom.
Oh, cool.
So
You gonna
I
surprise
have
us?
I have a 65-inch flat screen TV that's going to be behind me that you're going to see with my logo on it, with all things
Oh,
serious. So you'll see that behind me. You'll see a bunch of colorful lights behind me and stuff like that. Um, I'm going to be making changes the next couple of weeks because if I have to have surgery on my left ankle, I'd rather be out in the living room
that
instead
makes
of have,
sense.
yeah, just in case, I have to yell for my mother because I'm in pain or something like that,
Yeah.
or because ankle surgery is a tough surgery and I'm a really big dude. So the first week of surgery is going to be very tough for me getting around
Yeah.
because
What?
I'm a lefty.
Ooh, I like that. That's
So
special.
they're talking about green screen. Green
Green
screen.
screen. I've
No,
always
no.
wanted to. I've always wanted to do the weather report. Oh, the green screen.
Yeah, bigger space will be. That is correct. Bigger space.
Yeah, you can move about. The living room's probably, yeah, bigger.
And I'll be working on getting a new computer chair that's more comfortable for me.
That was my next question. I have one of those cool, like, you know, chairs that like with the head support.
So, sweet misery, I had a good day today. I hope you had a good day today. I'm still waiting for the logos. I'm waiting for a certain person to come through. No, the chair I'm looking at is for really big people. You know what I'm saying? Heavy and tall. It's a big and tall chair that I'm looking at. Yeah, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. So, I let mom know that I'm going to be turning the living room into a bedroom. And she's fine with it because she's in her room. The living room will be just my bedroom. So we'll adjust the things. You know what I'm saying? So I can hang a blackout curtain from one end to the other. So I have my own privacy, So I ain't worried. I ain't worried at all. So, and plus, having a YouTube room works out in other ways too. It's like having an office. So I find out April 11th. I know I'm going to have surgery. I know that for a fact. They just got to do an MRI and let me know what they got to do the surgery on. So, because the doctor said we're going to try physical therapy, and if physical therapy doesn't work, then we'll have to get an MRI and go from there with the surgery. I did physical therapy. It worked for like a week or two, and then the pain came right back. So it is what it is. You got to take it one day at a time. I didn't take care of myself at a young age, and it's affecting me now. You know, I can still go to the gym. I just can't do any leg exercises. I could do upper body exercises.
Yeah, you'll still want to be going to the gym one way or another. Where'd you go?
So I'm puffing on a cigar,
Oh.
and you can't do it in YouTube. So I just shut the camera off so I could puff on my cigar a little bit. You
Oh
know,
my gosh, I could totally see you puffing on a cigar right now. So you find out April 11th.
4 days before my birthday.
So we're gonna have a birthday party on YouTube then, right?
Hell yeah.
That'll be fun.
Hell yeah. My
We gotta do
Amazon
that.
wish list. My Amazon wish list is in the description below of this video.
Well,
So, if you want to get your boy a birthday present, I have an Amazon wish list.
is there a mod in here that can drop the link? Because I can't change anything on my phone because I'll be.
What's the specific term for your leg problem? So I have ligament and tendon damage to my right ankle. Not my right ankle, my left ankle.
Ouch.
Hold on. Give me just a second. I'll go to the description. Okay. Let me get to the description below. All right. Copy link address. Paste it. Holy shit. Nope, that's not going to work.
Will be what? I don't know what a black and mild wood tip.
I know what that is.
Oh, okay, it's scarf. I was like, what is that? That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I went to a Marine Corps ball and they always every year and they always do the cigar thing after and I can't do it.
All right, so I'm posting the link of my wish list. Paste. That's the link to my Amazon wish list. Have a good day, sweet misery. I hope you're well. Yes, I do, George. I got one of those Cuban rounds. Taste of Havana. Taste of Havana. So, but I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
Me too. Sun's still out here, so
Yes.
yay.
Yeah, I have to take steps to get into my apartment. Yes.
Oh, you have to go upstairs?
Yes.
Damn it.
So,
You got this, Eddie.
but
Thanks for having me up, Eddie.
yeah, you're always welcome, sweet and sleuthy. Especially when you got you always have something to offer.
Well, thanks.
You know what I'm saying? You're a very intellectual woman, very intelligent woman, and you've lived life.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
APO has entered the house.
Hello, APO.
I think everybody's having a stressful day. It's all in how we handle it.
Yeah, There's that lunar eclipse thing going on.
My
Feel like
worst days are full moons.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I hate
love
full
a full
moons.
moon.
That's when the
It
freaks come out at night.
it depends on like the moon and like what it's like in the where but I feel like a lot of people right now, everyone I'm talking to, they're just very on a lot of intensity and stress. So all the more reason to chill out, burn some incense, or I could light a candle, take a bubble bath.
Yes. So, but I just want to thank you guys for being here. This was an amazing live. Erica, it was good. It's good seeing you pop into chat. It's almost over. So, Megan, thank you for being here. 71 will be. It was good seeing you. Sweet and Sleuthy, thank you for being here. David, Michelle Johnson, Susie, Chris. Just want to thank everybody for being here. Everybody.
Thank you, Eddie. Thanks for having me. I love being here whenever I can. And until next time, I'll be back.
Yes.
Good night, everyone. I'm going to pop down. I think my dog's barking at another dog.
All right. I will talk to everybody.
Okay.
Later.
Bye, guys. I'll be in chat. Well, you're probably ending it soon, huh?
Yes, I am, Sweet and Sleuthy.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Give me a buzz in Discord in a little while.
Okay. Oh yeah, I called you last night, and then you were right. I fell asleep.
Yeah, and I didn't get a response from you, so I'm like, is she
asleep.
okay?
I was okay. I've been moving. I've been moving, working, moving. It's been a lot.
You finally moved out?
Oh, finally, today was the last day where I do those button ups of the other house. You know, I want it to be perfect. So yeah, I passed out. So I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, bye everybody. Thanks so much for having me, Eddie. Talk soon.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Love you guys. Amazing community. Have a good night, Emily. I'll see you guys on the next one. All things serious. Out.